My name is Miss Smith. Welcome to Story Time. I'm excited for our book today. It's called Alphabet Adventure. Can you read that? Alphabet Adventure. You got it. It's a story about all the letters in the alphabet getting to have an adventure when something goes wrong with little letter I. But before we find out what that is, I want to see if you know about the letter I. Ooh, could you just say letter I 3 times to start? Ready? Letter I, letter I, letter I. You got it. Letter I is a vowel letter. Did you hear that? Letter I is a vowel letter. Yeah, which means when we make the sound, we don't touch our lips together. We don't use our tongue and our teeth together. We just keep our mouth open and use our voice to make a sound like this. Watch me. Eh. And if I do that right, my mouth kind of turns up like a little smile. Eh. Will you see if you can do that with me? Ready? Eh. Nice job, you got it. This time, can you do it 3 times, making the little I's sound? Ready? Eh, eh, eh. Nice job, you got it. Okay, I want to show you the sign language for letter I. This might be my favorite sign in the entire alphabet because all you do is take your little pinky and put it straight in the air, and it kind of looks like a little I, and you say letter I. Can you do it? Letter I. You got it. And can we bounce our I forward 3 times and say I, I, I? Ready? I, I, I. Nice job, you got it. Okay. So let's read Alphabet Adventure and let's find out what happens to the poor little letter I and see, why does she need all the other letters' help? The little letters from Charlie's alphabet, that's all those letters, had worked hard all summer long, learning how to be a good team. At last their teacher, capital T, was taking them away from Alphabet Island to their first day of school. They could hardly wait. It was time for them to help a child learn his ABCs. That's fun. It's their first day of school, the first time they get to teach someone the ABCs. But as they were marching over a bridge, the little letter I tripped on a bump. "Help!" she cried, tumbling into the water below. Working together, the letters quickly made a chain and rescued letter I. So you can see they pulled her out of the water, but I want you to see if you can tell what's been left behind in the water. They grabbed the I, but what got left behind? Let's find out. Good work, Charlie's alphabet, capital T said. Now please return to your alphabet order. If the letters get in alphabet order, it means the same order that we say them, like A, B, C, D, E. That's alphabet order. The little letters were so excited that many of them forgot their correct places. Some didn't face front or stand straight, and others turned upside down. Try again, capital T exclaimed, and this time call out your names. Oh, so now they've lined up and they're going to call out their names. A, B, actually, could you try this with me? I might go slower than you do, so stay right with me where I'm pointing and say the names of the letters. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. They called out their names in perfect order. But something was wrong with one of the letters. What could it be? We might know. Little I, capital T exclaimed, "Your dot is missing. Where is it?" "I don't know," little I said. "I had it this morning." Can you pretend you don't know where your little dot is when capital T asks and say, "I don't know." Ready? I don't know. Good. "A little I must always have its dot," capital T said. We can't go to school if our I has no dot. Capital T looked at the water. When little I fell in, her dot must have popped off and floated away. Hurry, school begins soon. We must find her dot or we'll be late. Oh dear, and if the letters are late, of course it means one of the kids will have a hard time learning his ABCs. Charlie's alphabet found a boat and hopped on. They traveled through the canals of the island, searching for the dot. But they didn't see it anywhere. And of course it's very difficult because Alphabet Island is really large, so it would be hard to see a little dot. At last they came to a place where the capital letters were having a big party. Maybe my dot is at the party, little I said. The little letters searched high and low, but they still couldn't find the dot. And of course it would be really tricky to find a little dot among all the balloons and the streamers and the confetti. There's a lot going on. How can you see one little dot? I'm sorry, capital T said. I'm afraid little I's dot is lost forever. Each letter had worked so hard to make Charlie's alphabet perfect. Now no one would be going to school. All the little letters burst into tears. They're so sad that they don't get to go to school. Capital I stopped by to see what was the matter. Maybe I can help, he said. Dots love to hide, and they're difficult to find. But I have a plan. I wonder if you could say that like you just had an idea and do it like capital I and say, but I have a plan. Ready? But I have a plan. Good. Capital I whispered his plan to the little letters. All of the letters, except little I, raced down the streets of Alphabet Island, searching for what they needed to make the plan work. I wonder what they're searching for, because we know they're not searching for the dot anymore. Before long, they returned with the things they had found and lined up in alphabet order. Oh, interesting. They each brought something. Capital I spoke loudly. Because we cannot find little I's dot, she must choose one of these things to put in its place. Oh, so they brought something that could be a substitute dot. A substitute dot means it's not your real dot, but you could use it instead. I wonder, could you say substitute dot? Ready? Substitute dot. You got it. So it looks like letter B brought a little bug. That would be a funny dot. Letter L brought a light bulb. Letter T brought a triangle. G brought grapes. Letter P brought a pie. That would be a silly dot. I wonder which one she'll choose. Little I scooted down to little S and tried on a star. Ouch, she cried. The points on this star are too prickly. She hopped over to little H and tried on a heart. This heart is too heavy, she said. It makes me crumple. If you crumple, it means you kind of bend because it's so heavy. I wonder, could you pretend you're bending and crumpling because the heart is too heavy for you and say, this heart is too heavy. Ready? This heart is too heavy. Good. She bounced back to little B and tried on a bug. I can't wear this, she said with a giggle. It's too wiggly. Can you pretend the bug is tickling you and say it's too wiggly? Ready? It's too wiggly. Good. Then she noticed little C. I think that bright red cherry looks perfect, she said. It's much nicer than my dot ever was. I don't care if my silly dot stays on Alphabet Island forever. Little I was about to put on the cherry when a teeny tiny weeny whiny voice cried out, "I'm not silly." Can you do that? Ready? "I'm not silly." Good. "You can't leave me behind." And with that, Little Eyes Dot popped out of its hiding place and jumped into its proper spot. Right there on top of letter I. "Your Dot wasn't lost at all," capital I told them. "It was just following you around playing hide and seek." That is a naughty Dot. Now that they were a complete alphabet again, all of the letters hurried to get to school on time. 1 minute before the bell rang, the little letters climbed aboard a yellow pencil and took off. That would be a fun way to travel, to ride on a pencil to school. When they arrived at their school, capital T pointed to a boy staring at a blank piece of paper. "It's time for you to go to work, little letters," she said. "That boy needs your help to learn his alphabet. Can you guess his name?" They all looked closely at the boy. Suddenly, they knew where they belonged. The little letters were so happy they jumped for joy and made their very first word, Charlie. Can you read it? Charlie. Nice job. Oh, it's a good thing that Little Eyes Dot came out of hiding so that they could help Charlie learn his alphabet. Okay, will you show me if you remember sign language for letter I? It's so cute. Just your little pinky straight in the air. And can you pretend that you're on your way to school and you're so excited and you're going, "Eh, eh, 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 eh." Ready? Eh, 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 eh. Nice job, you got it. Good listening today. See you next time. Bye.